Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. And the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On play action, Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard, and he goes out right around the 39. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Throwing is Rodgers. And Lazard's got it again. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now Rodgers. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And again, it's Rodgers. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the bout.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Following the interception, Cousins. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Preston Smith in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watson.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they get the guard, John Runyon.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Cobb.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Rodgers now to throw. His pass caught at the 4. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Up the middle, Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing is Cousins.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
To the air again, it's Cousins. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 1st and 10, Cousins got his man complete over the middle. It's Osborne.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins, he'll dump this off to Cook.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Cousins to throw it. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now this throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Third and short yardage, Cousins.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
On first down, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Here's second and a yard.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll go again to Jones. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. Now Rodgers. And a quick throw here that's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be fourth down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Cousins to throw for it on 4th.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And incomplete on the deep ball. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A nice run there by Jones on 1st down as he'll wind up getting about 5, so 2nd and 5 coming up.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Rodgers. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.